You deny that?
Yes, sir.
To be fair to you, and maybe it doesn't need repeating.
I don't remember no case from.
Let me just finish speaking.
Further.
Let me just finish speaking, then, what did you say? I apologize. What did you say?
The same thing I've been saying.
Okay. I didn't hear what you just said about Fred Plethora.
I don't remember no case with him.
Okay.
Being indicted with him. No, I don't.
Let me show you what I've marked as Mr. Williams number 200, exhibit number 200.
Your Honor, I'd like to object to this, and I'd like to approach.
Okay. Come on. Thank you, sir. Your Honor, may I approach Mr. B?
You may.
May I approach you, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm showing you what I've marked and today's date, Mr. Williams, exhibit number 200. Take a look at that. Tell me if you recognize what is in Mr. Williams number 200. Recognize it.
I don't recognize none of it.
Okay. Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams number 200, self-authenticating certified copy of the indictment from the Honorable Clerk of Court, Fulton County. Indictment number 11 SC 102083 for purposes of impeachment.
Any objection, Ms. Law?
No, Your Honor.
All right, it's admitted and may be inquired upon as you see fit.
Mr. Kokomo, thank you so much. All right, this is Mr. Williams on the screen. It's also in front of you, sir. This is indictment number 11 SC 102083. You see that in the center top part of this page?
That's what the paper says, sir.
And you see it's State of Georgia versus a gentleman, Mr. Frederick 1345. You see that?
That's what the paper says.
Then a William Herman Green with an E at the end. You see that?
That's what the paper says.
Also, Shadwana, if I mispronounced, I apologize. Shajuana Bean, same last name as you.
That's what the paper says.
And that's count 1, 3, and 4, right?
That's what the paper says.
And who is, if anyone, in relation to you, that person?
Objection, Your Honor. That's
Basis.
to relevance.
I sustain the question. Remember what you asked about, Mr. Steele.
All right. And then your name is at the end. See Adrian Bean, count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. You see that?
That's what the paper says.
Okay. And on the right-hand side, it gives the charges. You see that? 1 through 8.
Yes, sir.
Possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of cocaine with intent to distribute, possession of firearm during commission of a felony, possession of firearm during commission of a felony, again, possession of firearm by a convicted felon, possession of firearm by a convicted felon, again, count 7, obstruction of a law enforcement officer, misdemeanor, possession of firearm by a convicted felon. You see that?
Yes, sir.
And then you see, if you go to the, keep going to the right part of that page, it's written at an angle. You see that it says that upon the motion of the Assistant District Attorney, the within indictment is ordered placed on the dead docket, and the surety, meaning bondsperson, is relieved of liability in this case. This the 25th day of July, 2011. You see the judge signature, and that says as only to you. You see that?
Yes, that's what the paper says.
Okay. And then on the next page, it has people's guilty or not guilty. Then the next page, which will be the third page of this document. These are the charges that we just discussed. And I'd like to just look at,
Your Honor, I would object as to the recitation of the detail within the document. improper impeachment.
Documents in evidence, and it's a dead docket pending
Mr.
case.
Steele, same thing. She's objected, it's a valid objection. Remember what you offered it for.
It's a dead docket.
I'm sustaining the objection.
Understood. Then turn to page, please, where it says, at the very bottom, witness list. Do you see that?
Your Honor, once again, I object to Mr. Steele getting into this specific.
I sustain the objection.
He's still on the.
No.
Your Honor,
play.
I am showing that a witness in this case is Officer Robertson L. Robertson L. I'd like to impeach the witness. I didn't know who that was.
Your Honor,
That's not what you offered it for, so I'm gonna sustain the objection. Remember what you told me you were gonna offer the document for. I'm admitting for that reason, and that reason only.
Okay. All right. Mr. Bean, does this change your testimony in front of the jury that you've never been indicted with Mr. Frederick Prethrow again, or besides the September 11, 2013 case?
The document you show says that. I don't remember.
All right. And Mr. Prethrow was a close, dear friend to you in the early 2010, 11, 12, 13 period. True?
Your Honor, I object to that compound question.
I sustain this to form. You can rephrase, Mr. Steele.
You considered Mr. Prethrow a close friend in year 2011, right?
No, I didn't, sir.
2012,
No, I didn't.
2013.
No, I didn't, sir. I didn't remember.
Did you say
Go
something?
ahead.
Did you say something?
No, sir.
Did you remember telling, and didn't you tell, Detective Quinn on September 17, 2013, that Fred Prethrow was like a brother to you?
I don't remember any questions that I had with Detective Quinn, sir.
Do you remember telling me and Investigator Martin on January 22, 2023, that Fred Prethrow was very close to you?
I don't remember that either, sir.
Why did you tell the detective with City of Atlanta Police Department homicide at the hospital before you go to the Fulton County Jail?
Your Honor, I
On
object to
basis.
that not in evidence, and I really object to that. This is asking a witness about something that isn't in evidence and not.
It's his statement, Your Honor.
There's,
I'm gonna overrule the objection. I'll let him ask the question. Okay. We'll see where it goes from there.
Why did you tell the detective at the hospital, Grady Hospital, on September 11, 2013, that it was not you, but your dear friend driving that Nissan vehicle?
there are no facts that are in evidence. There will be no statement put in evidence.
That,
So I object to facts not in
Did
evidence.
he make the statement, Mr. Steele?
yes.
Mr. Steele does not have such statement. And there is no evidence that will say.
Can I see it?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask it this way. Do you have a good faith basis?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna overrule the objection.
Do you remember at time of 44 minutes, 6 seconds on September 11, 2000, that's wrong, I apologize. Do you remember on September 17th, 2013, on the recording with Detective Quinn at 44 minutes and 56 seconds, telling Detective Quinn that, yes, sir, I lied to the detective when they first came and talked to me, and I told them, and that's probably the lies you're talking about. I told them Big Fred was driving, and I was the driver. Big Fred was the passenger. Do you remember saying that?
No, sir, I don't remember that, sir.
Why did you tell Detective Quinn on recording at that time, stamp that I just said, that your dear friend is driving the car that almost killed a police officer?
I don't recall that, sir.
Why did you tell Detective Quinn that you typically use your cousin's name when getting arrested so you don't get arrested and they pull up your history?
I don't recall that either, sir.
Why would you use a cousin or any other person's name so you could get out of trouble but get them into trouble? Why would you do that?
I don't recall it either.
Your
When at the hospital,
Honor, I object to the hospital statement because that is the part that is not an evidence that will not come into evidence.
Is there a statement?
yes, sir.
Show that to Miss Love. You have a good faith basis, that's fine.
I sent it to Miss Love this morning before 6 o'clock a.m. It's a 10-minute recording.
It is not a statement at the hospital. It is a statement of Mr. in 2023.
Mr. Bean admits to making that statement at the hospital. This is all proper.
And you probably need to orient him to before you ask that question.
Okay. Your Honor, can Mr. Kokomo come forward with headphones and play the 10-minute recording for Mr. Bean then?
I think you need to ask him some more questions in order to do that.
Okay. Do you remember having the ability to make a phone call or phone calls from the hospital from non-recorded lines to your wife, Courtney Bean?
I object to facts not in evidence. There is, Your Honor.
I stand the objection. Why don't you lay a little more foundation, sir?
Have you, when you were prosecuted for this case that you're here about driving that you pled guilty about driving you pled guilty under Alford for driving the vehicle, almost striking the police officers. We discussed that in 157C State's Exhibit. That's what I'm talking about, okay?
Yeah, that's what you saw.
You
You
understand
have to
what?
answer for the record, okay?
Yeah, I'm
All
at.
right.
You
Yeah,
understand?
I seen some on paper, but I don't remember.
Okay. On that case, before going to Fulton County Jail, you went to Grady Hospital. Remember you telling me that? And Jimmy Martin Jr. on recording?
I don't remember in the conversation we had, Mr. Steele.
And it's me. It's not you. So I apologize, but I can't hear you. I know you said you can't remember, but then there were other words. Can you repeat
What
what
was
you
your name? Mr. Steele, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What did you say though?
I don't remember any conversation that me and you even had, sir.
Do you remember on Sunday, January 22, 2023, approximately 11 o'clock a.m., listening to a jail call Jimmy Martin Jr. played for you in my presence at the Kroger restaurant near your, Kroger grocery store near your home?
I don't remember any conversations I had with you, Mr. Steele.
Do you remember at that Kroger restaurant, Kroger grocery store near your home on the same date? You're all gonna be the same date. Sunday, January 22, 2023, approximately 11 a.m. Jimmy Martin Jr. and I introduced ourselves to you, and I made it known that I represent Mr. Jeffrey Williams, performer known as Young Thug in this pending case. Do you remember that?
I don't remember any conversation we had, sir.
Do you remember being asked your telephone number by Investigator Martin and giving him a number? I'm not going to say it except for the last four numbers, 0730. Do you remember that?
No, sir.
Do you remember being asked by Investigator Martin your date of birth and giving it as June 22 of 1979 and stating that you're 42 years of age?
No, sir. I'm
Do you-
44, sir.
Well, today you're 44. How old were you on January 22, 2023?
I was 43 and I wasn't 42.
Do you remember me asking you, is it okay for Investigator Martin to record verbatim our communication there at the Kroger on that same date, approximately same time?
I remember in the conversation we done had, sir.
Do you remember explaining that Dirty Red, or a gentleman known as Derek Dotson, was a good close friend of you?
I told you that.
One more time.
I told you that.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember that either, sir.
Do you remember explaining that Fred Prothro and Walter Murphy, DK, I'm saying, were with you on September 11, 2013?
I don't remember that either, sir.
Do you remember explaining that you were never charged with any crime involving Derek Dotson or Dirty Red? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that either.
And if you look at State's Exhibit number 157C as in Colette or Charlie, it's in front of you. You see that document?
Yeah, I seen a lot of papers that you presented, but I don't remember none of them like that.
Well, look at the State's Exhibit number 157C. It's right in front of you. You see it?
Which one is 157C, ma'am?
One more time.
Which one is one?
Your Honor.
Okay. I need to
And
look at it.
you can look at it. It's in evidence. And the charges against you by the grand jury were dismissed as to anything involving Derek Dotson, like you said, on January 22, 2023, correct?
I don't remember.
Do you remember explaining when talking about that entire incident involving Derek Dotson, Fred Prothro, Walter Murphy, driving, careening into the side of the laundromat, that Jeffrey Williams or Young Thug or ThuG was not involved in any way?